All right back like we left something. We are back, and welcome to Plunked. This is the show where we discuss two teams from one city, the city of Chicago. I'm one of your hosts, Emilio Bucks, along with
Kristen Stats.
what's going on, Kristen?
Not much. What's going on with you?
Oh, just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. As you can see, I'm on location here uh, in a different part of the Midwest. I'm broadcasting from the state of Michigan, where I'll be attending a wedding this weekend, as well as attending Bears at Detroit Lions game on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
So should be an interesting weekend.
Hope you
Uh,
can bring them some luck.
yeah, I hope so. I mean, this was my first like away Bears game, and I don't know, like I don't know how it is. I've never been in any other NFL stadium outside of Soldier Field where the Bears play. And I know football fans can be sometimes a little bit rambunctious at times, perhaps. And but we'll see what happens. I'm taking my daughter with me, so hopefully there won't be too much mayhem going on. But let's get Kristen back
I'm
in
back.
here.
The moral of that was Kristen, stop touching stuff. Okay.
Ah, there you go. I was just explaining to our watchers, I have some mild concerns. It's my first time in a NFL stadium that the Bears don't play in.
Okay. Enemy
So
territory.
enemy territory. So we'll see how the NFL fans treat outsiders. Should be interesting.
Are you wearing your Bears gear?
I am. I got my Walter Payton jersey. I'll be representing. I got to represent now. But at the same time, I know when not to be talking too much either.
Yes. You get excited, but
yeah. No trash talking.
You are very much so outnumbered.
Yeah, just a little bit, but it's not like I'm in Philly or anything,
Well,
but
yeah,
but,
or Green Bay.
yeah, exactly. Shout out to Philly and Green Bay. Not Green Bay, but anyway.
You do like Green Bay?
I said not Green Bay.
Oh, I was like, what? I was like, we're gonna have to have a conversation offline.
No. That deserves an online conversation if I had said that.
And let all the people watching do it too.
No. I'm orange and blue with the NFL.
Very good.
But yeah. So what's going on with you in your world?
Just getting ready for a gala.
That's right. The annual Be the Miracle Gala is coming up on the 20th of September this month. That is a week from Saturday. There's still tickets available for all of you, and you can contact Kristen Stats about either getting yourself a ticket or possibly making a donation to the Be the Miracle organization.
Yep. Thank you for that plug.
Absolutely.
And other than that, just taking in some Chicago sports, some good, some
and some.
So it was like, it's getting to be that time of year where everything, well, if your team goes into the playoffs, all three, the major ones can, and I guess even hockey, they can all they're all around the same time for a minute.
They can exist. If you have a baseball playoff team.
Yeah. We don't get that often.
We don't get that much, but you may get a chance to have football, baseball, and even a basketball game.
Yeah, because it goes until November. Yeah, it depends on how far your team goes. Because baseball goes till November now, right?
Yeah, usually the World Series ends in the first week of November. Yeah. So usually And lately, the NBA has started like what, the last week of October or something like that.
Yeah. Right around Halloween usually.
A little bit of overlappage there
Yeah.
for at least for Los Angeles residents whose
Yeah.
whose
Winning.
team is always in the playoffs. And
Winning organizations, yes.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So we don't get much of that around these parts,
No.
but we're still here, tried and true. So, where should we start? I think we could start with your Cubs because that's our only hope for some playoff baseball.
Yeah.
Almost got pretty much got that wild card on lock. Still a
Yeah.
little time to catch Milwaukee. Not sure if that'll happen though.
Nah. I mean, they're 5.5. I just don't see. I can't imagine the Brewers having a big enough losing streak and the Cubs win at the same time because they've had plenty of chances to pick up games.
Yeah, because Milwaukee has dropped quite a few, including
Yeah,
getting swept in
yeah.
Texas recently.
So they have blown. They probably could have been like 3.5 games out.
But losing to the Nationals twice doesn't help.
Yes. Playing it. Oh, it's the Mets are stinking up the field.
Yeah, Deb, the Mets are going through what the Cubs kind of went through.
Right.
They're just on their kind of slide right now. But I was with I caught a Sox game with a friend of the podcast, Sean Superback Sierra, the other night, and we were talking. It's like, really with baseball, the last 10 games of the season, if you're a playoff team, you just get hot the last 9-10 games of the regular season and go into the playoffs hot.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. Milwaukee, I feel like they kind of blew their load way too early. They won too much too soon. They can't possibly keep that up going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you're seeing them start to slide. They're starting to slide at the worst time.
Yeah. And that when they would bring it up on the broadcast about peaking at certain times, I would have felt more comfortable if I ever felt that the Cubs could win enough in a row to take advantage of it. Like they lose. There's never a good time to lose, but they lose at really bad times where they had an opportunity to pick up a game.
They lose when Milwaukee is also
yes. So like you can't even trust that they'll get it together enough to be able to make up some more games because they don't play each other anymore. So
right. But I think they just gotta finish the season strong. There's still time for that. Like a good 5-game win streak would be like very beneficial.
Yes.
Can't seem to get past 2 in a row though.
No.
Now.
No. Even teams that they quote unquote should beat.
Absolutely.
They lose 2 to the Nationals.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Yes. Like these are some opportunities.
That was a tough one. Like that was a tough series. Like, man, come on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I mean, they're getting in the playoffs regardless.
Right.
You would prefer that they could start that winning their division, so then it's not a possible one and done. Trying to or whatever it is for the wild card.
The wild card.
How many games is it? Is it one and done, right? Or is it 2 out of 3?
I
don't know. Somebody
I don't remember. We got to figure out how that works.
I
figure it out every year, but then I forget.
Right, exactly. Like I remember, but right now I can't remember. So they finally had to sit down Tucker.
Yes, a needed stint on the IL.
Yes, very much so. Still need Seiya and PCA to pick it up more. Oh, he got hurt. So he fouled a ball off his knee or something, PCA.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just bothering him. Now, one other time I think he did kind of get pulled or whatever, or sat down, bench for a minute. But right now he has an injury. It's nagging him.
Yeah. So and it's like if you're gonna get hurt, do it now.
Yeah, like
Get it
minor,
over with.
like
Minor hurt.
yeah,
Minor hurt.
yeah.
You
This is a
know.
good time to do it. And then they got the positives are still the starting pitching. Surprisingly, is still holding up as a surprise. Like a solid, consistent group. Even some of the games that I'm saying starters. I'm talking about starters first. Even
Absolutely,
some of the
sure.
games that they've lost, like you have you're supposed to have a potent offense. Your pitcher should be able to give up 2-3 runs at the most. You should be able to come back from that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been more the offense letting down the starting pitching. Now the worry kinda is the bullpen, wondering what you're gonna get. I don't know how long Palencia is supposed to be out, but uh that him going on the DL, that kind of explained like that last game or the game right before he went on the DL. That was
Mm-hmm.
that was really bad. But you're still kind of concerned because you're not sure who is going to be the solid person closing out your games, like consistent person closing out your
Right.
game. So
Yeah, I think a lot is there. A lot is riding on Palencia. First of
yeah.
all, getting healthy,
Mm-hmm.
and then just being able to perform on the big stage.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were talking before, and it's like, hey, in Chicago, we've seen 2 World Series, and we saw one with Aroldis Chapman as the closer, and one with Bobby Jenks as the closer. And so, I don't know that Cubs or the fans have the same type of faith and confidence in Palencia as we would have with Aroldis or with
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Jenks, but
Mm-hmm.
he is your best chance at this point. So,
Yeah, so you gotta get him healthy. And these guys get to
I
rub
know, right?
some
Old school. Just rub some dirt
yeah,
in it,
that
keep it
is true.
moving. Pour
So
some Robitussin across that
get some
hamstring or
ginger ale
whatever.
and stuff.
Yeah, some ginger
Um,
ale, and some crackers.
right, I was thinking crackers too.
Yeah.
And you hope even when he comes back from the injury that he's okay and effective. Now, I think there are like, is it Keller, is it Kittredge, or someone? There are some that could possibly take the place, but you still don't have that same feeling, even with those who could possibly fill in while he's out. You still don't think lights out.
So let's go back to you mentioning Kyle Tucker
Mm-hmm.
doing a 10-day, I think, on the
Yeah.
IL.
Mm-hmm. They hope. They hope that's all.
They hope. How do you think that affects his free agency and the chances of the Cubs re-signing him?
Well, I think the Cubs are, because it hasn't impacted like their possibility of going to the playoffs or whatever. They're probably partially excited because now they might be able to get away with lowballing him to see if he'll stay. Because they did not want to pay what everyone thought he was going to get at the beginning of the year.
But yeah, because he wanted more than Juan Soto
Yes,
coming in.
and then when people kept comparing their stats, it was very similar.
It was
So
like, yeah,
it's
okay,
like,
he's gonna
but
get Juan
yeah,
Soto
so
money.
I guess he will get that. But I think he's definitely not getting that anymore, because yeah, he's definitely not going to get that type of money anymore. Because also, you wonder, can he stay healthy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is he going to be kind of injury prone, or is he going to be able to make it? Like, I'm looking at, he had a good 2022, 2023. He's played 133 games this year, so that's good, but he's also not been able to play full games either. So that might have been a question anyway, going into the free agency. Some organizations were going to question, but kind of the way he's gotten better, but kind of the way he fell apart, I just think he's hurt himself. He'll still get paid, but he's definitely not getting
the Juan Soto money.
Juan Soto, Shohei. He might not even, what it like Mookie Betts, like whoever else is then a little bit lower than those other ones.
Mhm.
I don't know who he'll fall in line with based on what teams. Number one, everyone's going to try to lowball him because
That's just the name of the game.
yes. So, but I don't know. Do you think he gets? What was Soto's? Is he 50 million? Is somebody? No. What is this? I'm just trying to think. What if I were a GM?
Yeah, Soto's 46.8.
46.8. Maybe he is 30, 35.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody might give him 40, but I mean,
Because I don't see anybody overpaying for
no.
him. He when he's good, he's a really good player,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if he brings like superstar value to any team. He doesn't quite have much of a personality.
No. I think it's because his chin, his neck, everything is just all in line.
All melds together.
Yes. It's just one
He's-
long stick.
He's built like a candle.
Yes, yes. And someone just like placed this little chin, barely a chin, because it's like it's down here and that's his neck. So
So you think it's his look that turns people on?
yes. And we'll wonder why we'll never go national with this show. So I think, when you look at him, you just think no personality. He might have one, but that look is like, oof, no, nothing.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't seem like he's had much personality,
No.
and and all that to say that I don't see a team like the way Colorado totally overpaid for Chris Bryant to try to bring some star power to the team.
Yes, because Chris Bryant's good looking.
Right.
So that alone, you're not bringing Tuck over there for that.
Right.
He's not the looker, and he's not must see TV. He's not. I'm buying my ticket to see him.
Right.
So you're right. Yeah, like these Juan Soto we talked about. Oh, people come to see him.
People go to see Ohtani.
Yeah, exactly. Like those people who are paid like that, they have their whole look. Even if they're kind of quiet, they have a whole look. Like I don't know if Aaron Judge is very loud and boisterous.
No, yeah. Some people you can have star power without being loud.
Because he's just that. And so I don't know. Kyle Tucker might have to get a little loud or goofy to become marketable.
Doesn't seem like his personality though.
Yeah, because see, something's got to be marketable.
Yeah,
this
ain't it.
No. So you gotta have.
We are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
So he needs to be able to tell some jokes or something. To make himself marketable.
Poke some fun at himself.
Yes.
Perhaps. But no. He's got kind of a serious demeanor. So
yes. And he Kyle Hendricks did too, but this was a little better. So like if you're stoic and all that, but this sitting, your resting face is okay, then you'll be okay.
Right.
Stoic and your resting face is
questionable. You look like a candle.
What was it? Is it Beauty and the Beast? No. Which cartoon had the candle that was an actual character? That would be Kyle Tucker. We need to find out.
It was one of those Disney
things, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. So one of the princess type of movies from Disney. But no, sorry. He's probably a lovely man. Kyle Tucker. Yeah. But I think what is really critical for the Cubs going into the playoffs and trying to move forward, more than anything, Seiya and PCA have got to start hitting.
Got to pick it up.
Even if it's not home runs all the time, can you get some base hits, some doubles, steal a base, drive in runs? It's not going to go well if they continue to be in a slump.
Gotcha.
And I think Seiya needs someone batting behind him. There's not really any.
Some pressure off of him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's Carson Kelly who's even behind him. He's hitting better, but even if he's hot, do you really fear Carson Kelly, the catcher?
No, although he can do damage.
No, I know, but
that's not who you're batting around or pitching around.
I mean, if he's hot enough, I guess you could, but yeah. So I don't know, but if they don't pick it up, it's not going to go well.
Right. Yeah. So what do you think is the deal with PCH? Is the league catching up to him, or is he just in a slump?
I think he's in a. I almost think it's almost like he's back to like how he was when he last year, like kind of lost and still swinging for the fences even when it's not necessary. Like you don't have it for that right now, so try to hit singles, beat out singles.
Yeah, I almost feel like yes. Living here for beauty. You're right.
I just see some Kyle Tucker's face on that candle.
Yeah, I think all of the MVP talk, because he was hitting home runs, hitting for all of that power. That might have been one of the worst things that could have happened to him, because it made him believe that this is his bread and butter.
Right.
When he needs to be hitting more for average than home runs.
Yes, using that speed.
Yeah, to get on base.
Yes, exactly. Most time your single is going to turn into a double. And then eventually, as you're doing that, everything's going to open up and the power will come naturally. Absolutely. You won't have to be swinging for the fences because you're going well. It's going to come naturally.
Among the league leaders in swinging and missing at first pitches
is the Cubs or
the PCH.
It's A. You're doing Publishers Clearinghouse.
PCA.
Why you keep talking about Publishers Clearinghouse?
When I think PCH, I think Pacific Coast Highway. That's from living in California, and that's what you call the PCH, the Pacific Coast Highway. You just take PCH up to Santa Barbara or wherever. Yeah, PCA. Yes,
I think it's sweepstakes. So
yes, okay.
And you were saying something. I'm sorry, I cut you off. What you were saying about PCA?
I think I was just lamenting on the fact that he needs to just focus on the smaller things, and I'm really just repeating what you said.
Oh, okay.
Doing the smaller things, trying to hit for average, try to hit singles. Again, that he automatically turns into doubles. And once he gets on base, he's a terror to any pitcher. Because he's stealing, he's going to distract the pitcher.
Yep.
And so that adds to the person that's batting behind him.
Right.
Or the next two batters batting behind him. That adds to that. He was just more of a complete player when he was kind of, with a spraying around the field, versus trying to hit everything out.
Right. So and then I think you let him rest as long as he needs to get into the playoffs with that knee, because he doesn't seem like the type who will, slow it down a little bit or whatever to protect himself. He's just going to keep going harder and harder. And that's going to end up in a knee problem, a worse problem, or hurting the other one because he's favoring that bad one. So, Alcantara, they can handle it. Willie, Castro, Saya, they can take care of the outfield right now. And let him get healthy. Let Kyle Tucker get healthy, because like you said, and we say they're pretty close to a lock getting in, the wild card.
Yeah.
So you can afford to have some people get some rest. Maybe Saya needs to sit down. You have Owen Casey, like you have enough people, and you have DHs and Santana or Turner. With him struggling, although I know he's gotten some more hits and walked or whatever, so maybe he's about to turn it around. But if he looks bad in the next couple of games, you need to sit him down some. Maybe he needs a rest, a mental break, because they pretty much have let him
These
play.
are the dog days of the
Yeah,
season. You know what I
and
mean?
I know he's the DH, but still, and he's been
Still.
playing a little more now because Kyle Tucker's out. But sometimes people just need mental breaks.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
so
I wanted to bring up something. Deb made a comment here about Schwarber.
and
Schwarber's a free agent, isn't he, after
this year, yeah. And you know, when the Cubs actually traded him, I thought they were a year too late.
I did too. Well,
yeah.
I think most of us thought, and for all intents and purposes, they were.
Yeah.
Based on who he was at the time,
at that time,
what the Cubs needed,
mm-hmm.
they should have traded him a year before.
Mm-hmm.
But now, you look at him and now he's still crushing the ball, and it's like, well, yeah, in hindsight, well,
yeah.
Could you have held on to him? Sure, but
he had really gotten into a deep, like all this wasn't happening when the
no.
That's why most fans were upset, because it was a year too late, so they didn't get much for him.
Yeah, that's why people were upset. It wasn't that they traded him; it was that you waited too late to trade him.
Yes,
this Schwarber is not the Schwarber the Cubs traded.
Not at all, because he would still be here, playing left field, good or bad, or now
or he could have been DH in the past couple of years. Yeah.
So did they have the DH when he was here?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so, because he might have had a chance to stay if they could just hide him as a hitter.
Yeah, that was another issue, was they couldn't play him every day because they couldn't really afford to play him every day and stick him in left field.
So he couldn't hit or field that well.
And he wasn't better than Ian Happ, who was coming along. So
he could throw people out. That's about Schwarber, because I guess that was that catcher's arm or whatever.
Right.
I mean, but he
quick catch and release.
Yes. Yeah. So, But and then, speaking of former Cubs, you see Rizzo is retiring as a Cub.
Yep, that was perfect lead in. Talking about Schwarber leading into Mr. Anthony Rizzo retiring after a 14-year career.
Yes.
Most notably with the Cubs and the 2016 World Series team. I felt like he was definitely like the heart and the spirit of that team.
Yeah, definitely.
So what are your thoughts on him getting a one-day contract, retiring as a Cub?
Yeah, I think they should, and actually, I think anyone who won that World Series, if that's what they asked to do, they should do it.
Absolutely.
I mean, that broke a curse from whomever. I don't even, I forgot who may have been on the bench. From that person, anyone. If anyone from that team comes, if Miguel Montero, like, hey, I know he's retired or whatever, but had he come and say, I want one, you give it to it. I hope Javi, when he's ready, and Chris Bryant, when he's ready or forced to, I hope that he can get out of,
the whatever. Professor.
Professor. Is that all who's playing still? Because I don't know where Carl Edwards, but I think it's very good, because he had been through it all. He had been here when they were bad, very bad. He had been part of that core, and so I think it's very well done by them. I'm glad they're going to do it, and
class move by the Cubs organization.
Yes, yay! They're getting better with their gestures.
Yeah, bringing Sammy back, and now immediately bringing Rizzo into the fold.
And he'll be an ambassador now, Rizzo. Nice. Sammy Sosa was so damn happy to be back in this city with that team. He was. Yeah, his terrible rendition of the 7th inning stretch with Derek Lee. Awful. Love it. Sammy doesn't know most of the words. Back. So okay, Sammy, just stop. And he was singing louder than Derek Lee. But yeah, and it's good. I think it's only right that Anthony Rizzo is also an ambassador for the team, because that's
absolutely
for a lot of lifetime for people,
He had better not gone to the Yankees and tried to sign him one day.
And he kept talking about how, like, how he loved those years, and that's where he became something. He said, like almost like saying like that's where he became a man with the Yankees and all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, I was like, you loving them a little too much, buddy.
I know.
You are here.
They don't love you like that.
Hey, not especially not like here.
Right.
Please. They
You
thought
did
you
you
were
did you didn't do much for the team when you were
no.
there. I'm
You
sure he had
probably
a good time. Isn't he from New York?
or I thought it was Florida, but yeah,
Oh,
he
okay.
might be
All
from
right.
no. He might be from New York. Let's see. Let's see, we're both typing on the computer. So yeah, it'll be nice, and I wonder. I'm sure Dexter Fowler will be here for. I'm sure David Ross will come back. I mean, if they allow him to fly, Chris Bryant can come back too, but he may not
Oh,
be able to
that
fly
back.
with that back.
Ooh,
So, but that'll be nice for him. So happy
absolutely.
for him, and he has a baby. So life seems to be going very well for him right now.
Now I don't remember, but he never came back to Wrigley. Will this be his first time back to Wrigley?
I thought he did one time
I
last
don't
year.
remember like when the Yankees come to Wrigley and he played.
I
Like I can't remember. I feel like I would have. I don't remember. Like I
I
feel like I
thought
don't
he had.
remember a whole like standing O and everything for him coming back.
Hmm. Wrigley as a Yankee. Uh, September 2024, receiving a thunderous ovation from
Okay.
fans.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
his first time back since 2021, since he was traded in
Because he was
2020.
traded.
So it took
Okay.
3 years for him to get there.
Right. Right. Because the Yankees coming to Wrigley was not a
Yeah,
common thing.
yeah. And it was about a year after he was traded, and it was very emotional. He did get a hit,
Okay. Yeah.
so
Class move.
yeah. And they always like they gave standing ovations to Javi. Like if
Hmm.
they liked you, even if you weren't on that World Series team, it is nice when, like, if it wasn't a bad, like, no one left on bad terms or they weren't considered selfish or whatever in the media. Like the fans usually will welcome back former
Absolutely.
players that were traded.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And historically, so many professional athletes that play here in Chicago, they're in Chicago.
Mm.
I'm not in Chicago now. End up retiring in Chicago
Hmm.
and staying there because
Yeah,
I think a lot of families like living. I mean, Chicago's a really good place to live if you're rich, particularly like these athletes are.
you're right.
So
And so they go and they get like a nice spatial place and then easy access to downtown all the time. So yeah, it
yeah,
works well for them. And a lot of them find their significant other while they're here, while they're young and
that,
playing.
that seems to happen.
Yeah, so
Kerry Woods is still
yeah.
located here, and
And so now they have to come back all the time to visit the wife's family or whatever. So they just wind up
oh
staying.
yeah. Or the wife is just like, I ain't
I'm
going
not going
nowhere,
nowhere.
so you're not going anywhere, partner.
Matt Forte is still here.
I saw Matt Forte over the summer,
Okay.
like eating in a restaurant right down the street from my job. I was like, "Oh,
Wow.
you still here, man?" Like, okay, all
Mm.
right, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
I think his wife is from here. Yeah, they're all still here.
Okay, yeah,
Ryan
yeah.
Mundy was still here.
Oh yeah,
Remember when he was on team? Yeah, there's a lot
uh-huh,
that are still here.
yeah. Uh,
We all know
uh,
Spice Adams is, isn't he? He's still here. Yeah, Spice Adams is still here.
in some suburb, but
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So, yeah.
Good deal.
What about the Sox?
Hey, uh, what can I
On
say? Just
fire.
closed out a series win against the Tampa Rays today, and Tampa's playing for something.
Right.
They're
Yep.
trying,
Yep.
and the Sox were able to take 2 or 3 from them. They took 2 or 3 from Detroit in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Swept Minnesota, which Minnesota isn't the Minnesota from earlier in the season, but still is
Still,
Minnesota.
it's one of their nemesis. Their
One of their
nemesis.
nemesis, one of their nemesis.
Nemesis.
Is that a word?
I think it's Nemesis.
Is it Nemesis or
Yeah,
Nemesis?
Nemesis. I don't know.
Nemesis? Okay.
I know that you're gonna get a little bad English lesson while you were on here because we
Oh,
don't
you
even
know that. We don't know nothing. Hey,
with
we got
sports
college
or anything
degrees, but
else.
we don't know
You
nothing.
know,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do degrees mean?
But yeah, a lot of fun watching this White Sox
Yeah.
team play.
Mhm.
And Will Venable, hats off to Will Venable, the manager, for
Mhm.
keeping this team engaged all
Right.
year
Right.
and developing young talent. And even when things were tough, particularly the first half of the year, he kept these guys engaged. He kept a positive, non-toxic clubhouse, which
Mhm.
we all know there was a lot of toxicity in that White Sox clubhouse with towards the end of that last playoff team run. All those guys are gone now. The people heading up that team are gone now,
Mhm.
and so we got a lot of fresh faces. And the Garrett Crochet trade has been paying dividends so
Yeah,
far this year.
that
We
one's
got a
working out.
lot of good players
Hmm.
who have contributed, and
Yeah.
the main piece of the crop that they got still is killing it in Double A, and is Montgomery. His name
Mm.
is Braden Montgomery,
Okay.
who's the spotlight piece for Garrett Crochet. Still down in Double A, but he's still coming up. But then you got Kyle Till, who is the best offensive catcher since All-Star break
Mm.
by numbers. I mean, you still got the big dumper out in
Oh, what's his name?
Seattle.
Rally?
Yeah, yeah.
Riley something?
Cal
Riley.
Raleigh.
Okay.
Yeah. But numbers wise, hitting for average, Kyle Teal has been on fire. Chase Mydroff, our second baseman, who's contributed all year. Um, who else did they get? Chase Mydroff, Kyle Teal, Montgomery, maybe one other person they got that has contributed. I can't remember who. I don't remember if they got a pitcher in that deal, but yeah, and hey, Garrett Crochet is, doing this thing in Boston for
Hmm.
sure. So like, you know,
So it's a
Boston,
win-win.
yeah, it's a win-win. It was a win-win. It was a good trade for both sides. Um, I hope this turns out to really be a good trade, and
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah, the Sox got Kyle Teal, Braden Montgomery, Chase Madroth, an infielder,
Chase
a right
Mydroff is, yeah.
Madroth, right hand pitcher, something Gonzalez, Wike Wikelman.
Yeah. Yes. I saw him pitch the other night, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Solid, but still young, but
So
solid.
it was definitely a win-win since Garrett
Yeah,
Crochet is doing well for them.
yeah.
Those
So
are the good trades.
yeah. So I was not on board with Chris Getz being the GM, but he's made some good moves. He started by getting the right manager. He got it right with Will Venable. A guy who's got enough personality but isn't trying to be the star of the show.
Mhm.
He's a good teacher. Keeps, again, not to repeat myself, but has kept these guys engaged even in the worst times that they've had earlier in the year. And he's preaching that September is, as of now, is the beginning of next season. So his philosophy is how we finish in September is how we start come next April and May. And I like that attitude.
Yeah, I guess
And
that is definitely true when you're not a team fighting for the playoffs.
right, because you want that momentum to
Hmm.
carry over. You want guys coming into spring training next year feeling good about where they left things and
Mm-hmm.
feeling good about the future,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, the fact that they lost 121 games last
Woo.
year, I mean, ridiculous. And the
Yes.
fact that they've, you know, don't get me wrong, they're still going to lose 100 games probably. But, even if they lose 100, that's still a 21 game
Right.
increase from the year before, which is a lot. That's a good increase for
Mm-hmm.
anybody.
Right.
Extra 20 games is a
Mm-hmm.
lot. That's a big
That
increase.
is. That is.
Yeah. So, hats off to Chris Getz. I'm going to talk my mess when they do bad, but I tip my hat when they do right. And
Right.
he
Yeah.
seems like he's doing right.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he wasn't the problem with the other teams.
Well, or Chris Getz.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
You will see. We'll
We'll
also
see.
see how he is when it's time to get talent, like when they're ready to make their move. Let's see how
Yeah.
well he does with getting major league talent, not development.
Not just developing. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Because
if
it's
he
going
can
to be
make.
time soon to start getting some free
Hmm.
agents in here to go along
Yeah,
with this
with
young
it.
talent. Like, they didn't mess up Colson Montgomery, which was looking like they were messing up with him
Hmm.
with the development, and they went and helped him out, pulled him from the team from AAA during the season, and put him in the lab, got his swing together, and he's been one of the more efficient or effective, I should say, offensive players since All-Star break. Um, had a good game today. Drove in two runs today. I think him and Teal both drove in a couple of runs today, and that went over Tampa. Just a good team to watch. Definitely has some 2019 vibes. Going when it was like, okay, the kids can
Kids can
play.
play. That's what I was thinking.
The kids
Yeah,
can play.
maybe Getz found um, a mentor over the off season. Like maybe he connected with some former GM, like talk to someone to find out like
Well,
how
who's still in the fold, right? It's
Kenny
Tony La Russa.
Tony Law.
He's
Well,
still in the fold.
maybe that's who's helping. I'm just because his
Could
turnaround
be.
and identify. Because Tony La Russa, but he probably still knows how to identify players.
Yeah, I mean, Tony La Russa had aged out of his
Yeah.
position as an effective skipper,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't take anything away from his baseball intelligence
Yeah.
and
So
experience, and that
yeah.
still means a lot. Sometimes guys can lose touch with
Yeah.
everyday in the clubhouse
Mhm.
type of
Yeah,
thing and
especially if
lineups.
you
Yeah,
left and you
for
missed.
so many years he was
Yeah,
gone.
so you missed this whole new generation coming up. So they didn't get to know you. You didn't get to know them as they were coming up.
Right, exactly. So
And
like I still say they definitely missed the mark with hiring him
yes.
as a skipper. He should have been brought in as maybe a consultant at
Colton,
most.
yeah.
But well, I won't go too far back and go down that rabbit hole.
So yeah, maybe Getz like started learning something from someone else because he probably sat back and looked at what he did, read a few articles, and like, oof, this is a little
And
rough.
saw what Kenny and Rick
Yeah,
did and
yeah.
learned what not to do. And
So hopefully he has learned, and hopefully, especially for Sox fans, that he does get it together. I remember everyone's reaction when Will Venable was hired. Some of it was, well, he's got to be better than the other guy, and
yeah.
other reaction was like, who? Why? And
My
and
reaction
now,
was like, who?
right.
But it was like, who? But who else was going to take the
Yeah,
job?
yeah.
But a who
Mhm.
guy?
But he's done well.
Yes, he
I
has.
wonder now. You wonder, will he be the new Ricky
Ricky
Renteria
Renteria.
or Doug Collins? All those
You
in the
know,
middle coaches.
exactly. I talked to the Superback about this. Talked to Sean. What's up,
Hey,
Sid?
Sid.
I talked to Sean about this, and he mentioned that, like, so is Venable going to be out eventually? And I'd say I hope not.
Mhm.
If he does the work to turn the team around, why not give him the shot? If he's the guy that these players know
Right.
and have grown up with and come to respect,
Mhm.
why break that and bring in some hot shot whoever? Or, I mean, in the case of the White Sox, bringing in a past, I don't want to be like doing like ageism here, but like,
Yeah, but
just
it was past his
it
prime,
was past his prime, you know what I
and
mean?
baseball had started passing him by. It was a new
Exactly.
generation. It wasn't all that the old school stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So, like, hopefully, I would like to see Will Venable get to see this through. You know what I mean? Whatever this turns into, until it starts turning the wrong way, I say you give him a shot, give him the keys, let him drive. But we'll
because
see what happens.
it would have to be such an established hot shot, I think, for they shouldn't do it like the
I
other
mean, like when the
time.
Cubs had a chance to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
Madden, yes, it was
yeah.
like,
That's what I mean.
definitely
Like it
get
has to be
Madden.
that
Sorry,
type.
Ricky, but
But
you
then
got a chance to get Madden.
and then they didn't need to really. In hindsight, they didn't need to replace Ricky here there.
Not really.
They
Not
were
really. They
doing
had a
all
whip,
right. Yeah,
and same with the White Sox. He
yeah,
went over to the White Sox,
yeah.
went to the other side of town, was a
And
part of turning that team
I
around,
know
and
it's
then
like,
got the boot
man,
again.
I know he's like, so do I just need to be bad when I talk?
Or
Like,
he's probably just like, man, F Chicago, period. F Plunked, two teams, one city, all of them. Like he knows who we are.
oh my gosh. Pulling Plunked out of
Yeah, yeah.
all the
Oh, he's like, man, you know what? That Plunk can go to hell. Like, oh,
I, I'm flattered.
yeah.
Thanks. And we will go to hell. Thank you.
Yes, yes, absolutely. We'll see you there.
oh my gosh. Well, from laughter to
to the usual, here we go again. Our Chicago Bears.
mm,
Um, had some good moments in the first half. Wasn't like great the first half,
no.
but
That first drive, you're like,
okay.
okay.
Then it was like, all right.
It's like, it's the same shit. That's what it was.
Same shit, just a different name on the back of the jersey.
That's probably what Spice Adams, how he has a picture per quarter.
Oh yeah, per quarter. Exactly.
I know it started changing third quarter.
Sure did. Because that's what all of our expressions were. We were like, oh. Then it come fourth quarter, it was like, man, for real? Like, had McCartney looking like Joe
Man,
Montana out there or
yes,
somebody.
yes.
Like, how you get carved up by a rookie quarterback at home?
Mm.
But I guess who else?
What was that? Kevin, whatever his McConnell, what's his name? No,
Yeah.
whatever is the coach's name. He finally realized to go after the guy, Sewell.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then the line could do nothing to disrupt the timing, so McCarthy couldn't take advantage.
So, I got to give some credit to Minnesota. They made some halftime adjustments,
Yeah.
and we didn't.
I mean, it's like the same thing.
Okay, yeah.
Same thing. Don't make
Yeah.
adjustments.
Don't make adjustments. Yeah. But so we got it. We got Detroit. Ben Johnson's homecoming.
And you get to be there in person, so you'll be able to.
Should be interesting. Should be interesting. We'll see what happens. We know some Lions fans that we're cool with, but I don't think the Lions are going anywhere this year.
Mm.
The Lions are kind of like the Bears. They every 10 years or so they get a good season or two and then go back to stinking. I mean, that's the Bears, that's the Lions, and
Yeah, we
that's
do
most
not.
of the besides Green Bay, that's the NFC North. Like,
Mm,
Minnesota will get a year or two where they're pretty
yeah,
good and then they'll stink. And
mm,
then Green Bay is always just sitting
stupid.
right there. I mean, the rest of the division just kind of hands it to Green Bay,
Yeah, really, they do. It's like they're like some big old bullies or something.
Yeah, yeah. They're
Bad
the
wolf.
they're like you know, the biggest little person. You know what I mean? Beating up on the other little people,
All the
So
time.
yeah, yeah. Um I do think the Bears will improve. I think the offensive line will improve as the
Mhm,
season goes on,
mhm,
like last year, or I should say the year before, actually, with Justin, not last year, because they didn't improve
mhm,
last year at all. Uh, so what is your take on Caleb Williams? Like, is he the guy? Is it too soon to say? Have we lost faith?
Okay, well, I just can't lose faith because we got nothing else. Okay, and we're not going to. So
Right.
you're gonna have to have some faith in them.
Got
I
at
think.
least a couple more years.
Yeah. I think it's at least. I think it's too early still because he still hasn't. This is probably the first year he's gonna be coached in the NFL.
Properly.
Yes. Um, I think Caleb himself needs to deal with how he feels. Like I think he tries a little too hard to act like he's not nervous, not rattled a little or whatever. Like it's different. It's different than what it was in college. You were
Mm-hmm.
very consistent, all this kind of stuff. Um, and they're so worried because any quarterback in Chicago, you're disliked most of the time. The most popular quarterback is always the backup, and so I you wonder, dealing with pressure from an opponent coming at you is a little different than dealing with the pressure of trying to be a quarterback in the city of Chicago. So it's like sometimes I feel like he doesn't play like he's supposed to play or like we were told he plays. I'm like, are you in your own head? Like, are you worried? You're not losing your job or anything like that, even if people boo, but I don't know. I don't know if he was. I know a lot of this with footwork and all that when he's overthrowing people, but it's not what he is known for doing. So, like, what is the problem? What's wrong with your head? Like, I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder if he's just in his own head or whatever, and he's trying to do something to impress people instead of just playing within himself and just playing. Just
Mm-hmm.
go out and ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. The best quarterbacks look like they're having fun while they're playing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I
Oh,
guess if you're winning, it's easy to look like you're having
yes,
fun.
because the first drive he was having fun,
Yeah,
and he was like, being confident slash cocky when he did stuff or whatever. But then
that
when
pressure started coming,
yes, and like the whole facial, I'm not, and of course you're not gonna still be smiling as you're losing,
but he
but
really wears it.
yes, yes, and so I just gotta act like you acted in college, feel
Mm-hmm.
like you felt in college, you know yeah, it's rough to play in this city because we have been yearning for a quarterback. The
Deb,
Giants and the Jets, two stinkers. You
I
know,
mean, Deb, the Giants got Super Bowls in my lifetime, multiple Super Bowls in my
yeah, we only have
lifetime,
one.
and we got one from '85.
That
I
was
don't know.
terrible.
I think I'd rather be the Giants fan at this point. Really, I mean they're pretty lost, but
Like I'd be mad as one right now.
yeah, yeah.
Like we are here, but what do you think about Caleb? Emilio?
I'm still waiting for the generational talent
Yeah.
to emerge.
Hmm. Yep.
And I'm worried because of the past and us always making excuses. It's like, well, if he has this, then he'll win. If he has this, then he'll be okay. And it just seems like the best quarterbacks get the job done in spite of not having this or not having that. And I feel like, we're kind of falling into that trap of, well, it's not all his fault. It's this and it's this and it's this, which, true enough, fair enough. It is some other things. It isn't all his fault. But I'm still waiting for his abilities to make up for some of the deficiencies of the team. Like the best quarterbacks don't always need to have the perfect team. They're good enough that they make up for the deficiencies. And I think I'm still waiting for that. And I haven't seen him. I mean, even Justin Fields, his running made up for certain deficiencies that he had, or certain deficiencies that the offense as a whole had.
And what's his name did that in the beginning, and then all that went away.
Right.
Like he was using his legs.
Right. So I don't know. I think it's still too early, but it ain't good.
Late real soon.
It ain't good.
I really think that after this year, this will be okay, he is what he is. Like you might feel comfortable with thinking, okay, this is who he is. This is all he's going to be. So I don't know, you'll let him, because he is with a new person. He is finally being coached and all that kind of stuff. But he has to show improvement this year, like great improvement for people to still stay on board with him, or those who are teetering off to get back on board. We're like, okay, we see that this could be the guy. He may not be generational, but can he be the guy to lead us somewhere? I think he can, but he really has to do it this year. Like after
you really want to see improvement.
Yeah.
And on that second half of that game, I didn't see improvement from last year.
No.
Dare I say some regression, but
and that half is like, what happened? What happened
from that? And that's why I give some of that credit to Minnesota and them making some adjustments and dialing up more pressure on him, which he's still got a shaky offensive line. Caleb. Braxton is,
I don't care how well they keep telling me he scores.
Yeah.
In critical moments,
he's not there.
No. Maybe he's there most of the game, but some of those moments when you really need him to be there,
he's not. And he kind of got the job by default. It was like, well, he was the best one that we had, but that doesn't make him like the best guy for the job.
Right.
So still a lot of unanswered questions. The Bears still need to get healthy on defense. Yeah. So
are they questionable for this Sunday?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the injury report is looking like this Sunday.
I think or does it come out?
I think it comes out. It came out today. The injury report. I think it comes out on Thursdays, right?
Today is Thursday. I think it does. I think they start coming out, and like a lot of times, if someone didn't practice on Wednesday, there's a good chance they won't be.
Right.
Let's see. Jalen Bears had a walkthrough. Cornerback would have been a full participant today.
Who's that?
That's Jalen Johnson.
Okay.
DJ's doing better. He has an abdomen and groin injury. He's doing better.
Okay.
Linebacker TJ Edwards and running back Roshan Johnson are trending in the right direction.
Okay. So
cornerback Kyler Gordon is still working his way back, and defensive tackle Grady Jarrett has a knee injury.
Okay. So still some, it's part of the game, the injuries.
Yeah.
And you got to still be able to win through, in spite of the injuries. That's just in sports. It's like, the top tier guys or teams, they do it in spite of the setbacks that everybody else has. And the setbacks don't take them out of the game or out of competition. And right now, there's a little bit too much of that with this team. Like, oh, well, this person's hurt, so this person. So, like, well, everybody gets hurt, on every team. We still got to win games.
Right.
You still got to be able to win games, even when your players get hurt. And haven't seen enough of that. Yeah. All right. Well, over or under. So I'm picking the Bears. I feel like this is going to be an emotional game because Ben Johnson's return to Detroit. I feel like the players really need to get behind him on this. And if they have a good rapport with him, they want to go out and play for their coach. So hopefully they'll play well and get the W.
Right.
So we'll see. And and as usual, bear down.
Ooh. Go Cubs.
Go Cubs. Go Bears. Sox. Bulls.
Blackhawks.
Josh Giddey got his contract.
Yes, he did.
Before we go, touch on that.
Good for you, Josh.
Good for you. He got what he deserved. And I hope he is trending upward and shows even more improvement.
Imagine if he regresses. Oh.
What is that going to do to the? Oh my God. I don't even want to think.
We got a month for them. So
to deal with that heart attack. Yeah.
And watching a mediocre. Ooh, hopefully at least mediocre.
Yeah. We'll see.
All right.
All right. Well, it's about that time. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in and hanging out with us on this Thursday, leading into week 2 of the NFL, leading into some baseball playoffs. Come on, Cubs. Come on. And some exciting White Sox baseball.
Yes.
No playoffs, but
it winning.
Play.
Watching winning.
Watching hard work and watching some winning baseball is what it's about.
Go Chicago. Woo!
Go Chicago. All right. Well, 2 weeks from now will be the 18th. No, I'm sorry. 1 week. No, that's in 1 week.
2 weeks will be the 25th.
Okay, so we'll be heading into October, boys of October. Hopefully the Cubs will be in a good place.
Hopefully.
And hopefully the Bears will be. Hopefully the Bears will be 2-1 by then. Something like that.
Be nice.
Be nice. It would be nice. It'd be nice. All right. Well, on behalf of the Chicago Clubhouse Network, we are signing off. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Emilio Bucks.
I'm Kristen Stats.
And we'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Deuces.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.